I can't eat, I can't sleep. It's been a few days, and all I can think about is Zhu Zhu Pets for the Nintendo Wii, featuring the Wild Bunch. If you somehow forgot or weren't around for like the early 2000s,
Peanut butter chocolate, great when separate.
Zhu Zhu Pets are these robotic hamsters that you would like beg your mom to get you because she's not getting you a real hamster, because having a child and a hamster would eat into relaxation time watching Survivor.
Coach, get your hand on the bag. No, replaying. No.
These things can get abused 10 times more than a regular hamster, and that's saying a lot. And they made a Wii game out of this product. I'm stuck. Yeah, this game slash ad slash religious experience kind of surprised me because it's like the McDonald's play place. You're having an okay time, but something about it is just off, you know? And the characters are dead behind their eyes. I think it's probably just my emulator, but every piece of text when I was playing this was scrambled like a horror game. Okay. And it was kind of terrifying. I set out to find whether this game was good or not, and I feel like it's something else entirely. The game begins with exposition. Oh wait, shit. Sorry, I accidentally booted up my copy of Enjoy Your Massage, the professional massage giving game, instead. Let me just close that. The game begins with exposition given by this voice actress who sounds like her life is on the line if she's not like performing hard enough.
In a neighborhood not far from your own, there live a group of hamsters who love to play and explore.
It's honestly concerning, and I hope that they released her after this. The game's lore is pretty simple, but has some weird colonial themes, which is crazy because it's a game about hamsters. Basically, there exists this Zhu Zhu Pet civilization who like lives in houses and like they have lawns and like they're all put together and it's like suburbia. And the game says they love to have fun and play fair, whatever that means. But this game introduces another group of animals called like the Wild Bunch, and apparently they live in the wilderness and don't play fairly and are also like mischievous. And the central conflict of this game is that the Wild Bunch have taken the civilized zoos hostage and are demanding a game of tag in order to free them. And it's your job as the protagonist to like win this game of prolonged tag and rescue everybody from the uncivilized Wild Bunch. You can pick your hamster from like a roster of Zuzus that's honestly way too big and way too vague.
This is Hank! No one can best this famous hamster in a game of bowling.
They named a hamster Hank and made him good at bowling.
This is Pinky! She's such a romantic!
And then you're off. This game functions as a worse version of every Mario game you've ever played, and you move kind of like a possessed doll, I'd say. Who designed this? It's mostly just jumping from platform to platform and eating carrots, which I can get behind. You're also supposed to like find squirrels and like Wild Bunch to like tag while you're like going throughout these stages, which is weird. Is this their version of War? Is this a wartime game? Also, I don't think that's how tag works. I have so many questions, and this game has like 0 answers. I should mention now that there are other Zhu Zhu Pet games and even like a movie, but I'm not gonna look into them because honestly I just don't want to. Maybe there's lore there or more hamster racism. I guess we'll never know. Look how this guy spins. There are also a bunch of power-ups, some of which are okay, most of which are kind of dumb. Like look at this one. This is literally just a vacuum cleaner. I don't think they should be messaging to their child audience that it's okay to put hamsters near your vacuum cleaner. Like, what if they clean the whole house? I honestly couldn't read most of the power-up descriptions because of the ancient cursed, like, text shit that was happening. Okay. So I don't even know if I was using any of these power-ups correctly. This item kind of sucks. But I blame the game for that, and not myself. I think my favorite power-up is just the hat in the map that shows you where every collectible is in the level you're playing. You're shitting me. The power-up is just having, like, a neckbeard hat. That's beautiful. There's also, like, 6 different worlds where all this takes place, and they all connect to, like, the core tenets of Zhu Zhu Pets as a brand. You start in uncanny suburbia. This game very low-key makes me feel like I'm dying. Then you move to tree houses. They're like, what if our power-up was just you get money, but you don't have any fun? Then a tropical island. This is kind of iconic, guys. I'm changing my mind about this game. Maybe 10 out of 10. And a theme park. Am I hitting animals with my car? And a ski chalet. Oh, there's so much snow on the screen. They layered like 5 different snow effects. Jungle, temple type thing. Are they implying this is how the wild ones like live? The wild. Hey, I heard you were the wild. This game is so messy. And I kind of just think that they did like whatever the hell they wanted. And I really respect that. Besides like the racism part. Sprinkled throughout are a couple of vehicle levels where you're driving a red convertible or a black vehicle. Assuming I'm not a car guy. Or like a kind of rad speedboat. These ones were my favorite. This is like really good actually. Yippee! I think there's one single level where you use a hamster ball, and I kind of respect that. They minimize that. Anyways, it's never explained how these vehicle levels tie into like the tag theme, or really what they're for, but I'm glad they exist. I came across so many different little moments in the game where it felt like whoever Zhu Zhu corporate hired to make this was putting in like a lot of effort and like having a good time, which is really sweet. I do think it's insane that someone went into work and their whole job for the day was to model a 3D statue of a semi-robotic hamster, and then they just went home and like made themselves dinner. And all of that before Party Rock even came out. I just can't get over the fact that this game doesn't really need to exist. Obviously it's here to promote the Wild Bunch drop of the Zhu Zhu Pets, but from what I can see online, it wasn't a hit or like very loved by anybody, except for this one reviewer on Common Sense. This review is obviously satire, but it's so good that I've linked it in the description. Please read it. Anyways, Zhu Zhu Pets were discontinued in 2013, which kind of makes this game and like the other games and movies feel a little like they were all just desperate attempts to keep Zhu Zhu Pets from fading into obscurity. But Zhu Zhu Pets were revived in 2017 and then discontinued and then revived again in 2024. So maybe they were just playing the long game and we're not on their level. I don't know. What I do know though is that we're left with a half-baked, half-terrifying mess of a game for a company that made and remade again robotic hamsters. It's not good and it's not bad. More so, it's like a marker of a failing business and a failing business model. I think there's something kind of beautiful about that. Again, not the racism part. If you or a loved one purchased a Zhu Zhu Pet in the 2000s, like please let me know. I had at least like 1 or 2 of these and I remember so much hair would get stuck in them. Is this like an original experience? I hope not. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing. If this does well, I think I'll do more like this video. Anyways, I'm Cheese. Thanks for watching and stay cheesy. Whoa, my whip is crazy.